We will now hear from and introduce Rajarshi Bhupendra Kumar Modi, the conscious capitalist, the film producer, the author, the founder of the Global Citizen Forum. He is an industrialist who's using many of his companies to build India. He has produced movies such as Oh My God and the TV series on Buddha that we are so proud to know about. And on he also formed the Global Citizen Forum in 2011 to go beyond gender, religion, and nationality, and hence a peacemaker. He was bestowed on his birthday on the 2nd of January the prestigious title of Rajarshi, of the highest divine figure in India, the Shankaracharya himself. Rajarshi Bhupendra Kumar Modi, are you with us? The floor is yours. Big applause.
Thank you, Christine. I think my greetings to all my brothers and sisters who are gathered together at United Nations Hall. United Nations, as you know, was formed in 1945 with a view to change the end game of the war. Unfortunately, one of the mistakes, in my view, which happened, that United Nations was housed in New York rather than in Switzerland. If you look at the last two wars, the Switzerland played a major role in terms of bringing peace on these wars. I think it's time that the United Nations is shifted its headquarters to Switzerland, and that's why I'm very glad to mention this in the Swiss Hall of United Nations. I think this world is, as you know, is going through a change. We all know what's happening. There is no secrets. So people feel they are playing a secret game so that everybody knows whose side who is, what is the game in their mind on the both sides. And I think to understand this, I think we have to have the new thinking which has been just taught the people to bring young people and let them talk. And one of the things which I feel is changing the world is the woman. The woman today is becoming the part of a decision-making process which has never been before. In the past, the woman was suppressed through the constitutions, the religious books, and the various social systems and understanding. And that today, that's why I'm very keen that we were able to tie up with Christine, who is running WIN for many years, so that we can come together to provide this new leadership in the hands of women, which can bring the change in this game. The second most important thing, I think, is that we have created these nations, which today has no meaning. So now we are entering into a space world. I heard a few minutes back, there was a speaker who was talking of the new technologies and Elon Musk about bringing them in. And Elon Musk, the whole philosophy is creating the world where all technologies are through space and run by the power from the sun. In fact, sun has played a major role in all these new technologies and all these things which are happening. I am talking to you from Rishikesh. The Rishikesh is the land of rishis who have been for thousands of years, more than 7,000 years, have been pondering about what the human life should be and what is the meaning of human life. They had, at that time, nearly 7,000 years back, have come out with a measurement between sun and the earth, between the moon and the earth. The technology was so advanced in a basis because they all realized at that time the sun is the basis of all living things. Nothing on this earth, whether it's plant, animal, human, can live without sun. So sun is the real thing which makes life going. And this has been happening from the very start of the earth. And I think when people talk of God and religion, they forget the only God who we can all agree to is the sun itself. Because sun is something which is visible. It is not a God which cannot be seen. It is not a human God. It's a God with undefinite, unimaginable energy. And it is continuously using that energy to bring life to the earth and also now in the space. The sun is also generating its energy through a system of fusion, which is going to be the future power by which the earth will be done. We have understood in the past we had coal, we had oil, and we had solar energy. But I think the future energy will be fusion, which can be done at a very localized level at every small cities, because that can be like 3,000 megawatt of energy. So I think this sun is the basis on which we can find a common ground. And though we are working in different parts of the world, when I came to Rishikesh and made my new home here, after getting the Rajarshi, which is the new title, I realized that we have to go much deeper into the human society. And we have to restructure this human society, which has been done in the past. The United Nations was a very big mistake for three reasons. One, because its location in New York, which is part of the fight, because the US was in the fight last time. And also, they made a club of 5 nations, which became the Security Council. And now this Security Council member, on one side Paris, and other side Russia, is becoming the major cause of the war, which cannot be resolved to the UN because of the vetoes both these nations had. And thirdly, it has been a place which is now being run by bureaucrats and not about people who can bring the change, the philosophy and all that. That's why 1946, after the making of United Nations, and another body was made, which was called WAFUNA, World Federation of United Nations Association. And the purpose of WAFUNA was to create the people to think like a global citizen. But unfortunately, that has not taken off because none of the nations want to lose their control by having their population think themselves as a global citizen. I am a Singapore citizen. I moved out of India, and at that time I decided to launch this United Nations, formula of WAFUNA with the will to create this body. And I'm so glad that with this body I've learned the power of woman, which is being disclosed to me, and I'm telling Christine. So there is no gender equality now. We have to think beyond gender. And that is, I think, one of the chapter of this conference, that the woman can now think as a leaders without gender, without being discriminated as being a woman. So we are having leaders who can be both men or women. So we need to think beyond gender. The last but not least is the situation which has been created by behind all these fights is also a religion. So we have major religions who are trying to promote themselves, and because of that, also this division takes place. And a lot of people do understand that the soft power behind this war and behind this groupism is also the religions, the Christianity, the Islamic religion, the Hindu religion, and other religions. So I think we have to go beyond. That's why I said that to go beyond religions, we have to have a concept of one God, which can be accepted by everybody, including the youth. And I think in our Vedic philosophy, the sun has become the basis for that. And this is a high time that we do that. So the end game, Christine, is one is change on the whole laws under which we work, the religions, the also change of the location of United Nations, and also the Switzerland, which has been always playing a role of peace in the world, should reposition themselves to take position to create this world without war. And the two vetoes nations who are fighting, we should get rid of the vetoes in United Nations so that the General Assembly can play effectively the decisions to be taken rather than the Security Council. So these major changes, unless it's done, I don't think you will stop this war. And this war is going to increase, if not decrease. And it's just the tip of iceberg, what we are seeing now. And I said last time when I was in Geneva that the end game could be atomic war, which will be not the right thing to do. But the other end game could be the failures of the nation getting, what they call liquidated because of financial crisis. The nation can be sold in today's world if they cannot take care of their finances. And this has happened in the past when East and West Germany combined when Russia could not sustain their nation because of economic reasons, they agreed, personally to break the nation. And that's where the East Europe came into being. And Europe was generous enough to take them in their fold. And that's why this new Europe was formed, including the countries which came from Russia. But now the Europe itself is in danger. I think the French economy itself is in danger. It may not be a situation that one of the nations who supported the Eastern Europe nations itself fall because of the economic crisis in their own nation. So that is another situation which may happen, that one of the countries may go broke, and then again the war may break. So these are various scenarios I feel which can be the end game, and we should seriously consider these things because these are all possibilities. Everything is changeable. We should not think that you cannot change United Nations laws. You should not think we should not change the laws of the vetoes. We should not think the United Nations cannot shift its headquarters. All these are requirements of today's time. So I wish that this August gathering will think about it, and you are at the right place, Christine. Push for this, bring UN to the place which you can make more effective. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So interesting to hear your thoughts, and also looking back in history to look forward. And I think there was one thing you mentioned that was very important here also. How can we find some common ground? You mentioned the sun. What else is that we all have in common, and look for that as we find peace in the world and can again start creating even more thriving society. It's also interesting how you are shifting your location and now spending more time, or your base in Rishikesh, looking deeper into human society and how we can develop from there. So I thank you so much, and I thank all of you for being part of this morning. And any last thought from you, Dr. Rajarshi Bhupendra Kumar Modi, before we all leave here for lunch? Anything else you would share with us on your vision for the future?
Well, I think, Christine, you have a great role to play. We have a great leader with you. I know you personally now for many years. You have to be more assertive and more effective to bring this change. I think in you, we have a global leader. So I would like you to be more confident about your leadership and taking a new road in this new world. And I wish all of you join Christine to give her a big hand so that we can move forward by encouraging her.
Okay, thank you so much, and I look forward to continue the collaboration. I also want to thank the Global Citizen Forum led by Rajarshi Bhupendra Kumar Modi for this collaboration also. It's also very exciting for us to have more contacts in Asia, in India in particular. And it's very, very interesting to expand our mind, to expand the possibilities to impact on more people worldwide. So appreciative of this support and his leadership, so that together we can do so much more. So with that, I thank you all for this morning, and for calling in also. Thank you so much.
Thank you.